Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a good day and a happy New Year's. Today is the first of the year, and what better way to start off the new year than getting ever so closer to a project being finished. Good way to start the year off right, getting another car out of the driveway. So if you guys have been watching the video, this little series for a while, it's been kind of decently popular, I like to think, on my channel, is my $200 Civic project. Not saying that it is a $200 like budget project, but it is simply a $200 Civic that I happen to buy. So if you guys don't already know, I'm selling the car to my brother. He moved down here from Wisconsin like 2 months ago, 3 months ago now. He has had a Blazer this whole time that we picked up for him. I've put a bunch of work into that just to get it going, had some issues with it, and he's just wanting to get back into the Hondas because he's had a bunch of Del Sols. He's the one that got me into Del Sols in the first place, and I'm just trying to help him out, selling him the car really cheap. And he's been supplying all the parts to finish the build, which is basically just all the parts to get the motor back in the car. So what we just went and did is picked up a bunch of stuff for it. So out of pocket, I've already replaced all the ball joints, the toe arms, the upper control arms, the full bushing set on the car, and now picked up a mini-me swap for it, and then picked up some Hassport motor mounts for it. So huge thank you to Brian down at Hassport for hooking it up with some of those. And then we just went to O'Reilly's. We got all the fluids we needed. We got some oil, we got some synchromesh, we got some coolant, we got some oil filter, we got PCV, we got a timing belt, or sorry, a front seal, a crank seal, whatever you want to call it, timing case seal. We got a rear main seal, oil pan gasket set. We're waiting on 2 wheel bearings because the wheel bearings on the car are bad, so I will be replacing those. But yeah, so this car is like ready to be put back together almost. We still got a few things that we have to get, an exhaust being one of them. We're waiting on a clutch and coilovers, but it's almost done. So kind of just reiterating on what exactly this motor is. I pulled it from Robert Diaz, aka Hush Performance. He had a car that he was parting out, he had got from a customer or whatever. So it is a D15 B7 block with a D16 Z6 head, aka a mini-me swap. And yeah, that's decently freshly done. It's got like new timing belt and water pump and stuff on it, it looks like. And I painted the valve cover Captiva Blue Pearl because I had some extra paint, if you guys didn't see that episode. But all in all, it should be a good motor. But yeah, replacing the rear main and the crank seal, the oil pan gasket, valve cover gasket. Got a header for it. And then PCV, you know, just all the fluids. Gonna give it a seafoam treatment once we get it in the car and running. Yeah, it's pretty much good to go. I got a tranny for it right back over here. So yeah, we got a decently newish tranny for it. It's just 5-speed, you know. I don't know exactly which model. Pretty sure it came out of the Z6. Or it is a Z6 tranny because it came out of the Civic when I first got it, which is an EX, which came with the Z6. And yeah, so today we're just going to be getting the gaskets on it, you know, because it is a bit of a cold, rainy day, so don't really have much else to do besides get this motor prepped. Got to wash the tranny, do the gaskets that we have. The rest of the parts will be here later today, so I may try and end up pushing the Civic in here so I can pull the knuckles off again so I can do the wheel bearings. And the wheel bearings are pretty simple. I mean, you just pull the casing off or whatever. Usually there's like a snap ring or something that holds it in place, and then just hit it out, hit the new one back in, or in my case I've got a shop press now so I can just press it in, which is sick. So with all that being said, let's get to work. Alright, so I'm going to be starting off, like I said, with the crank seal, or whatever you want to call it. I already set the motor at top dead center, so I'm going to just grab my impact gun quick and pop this pulley off, and then get the timing cover off, and then pull the oil pan off so I can have access to it. And yeah, it'll be pretty easy. So let me go grab my gun quick. Alright, so now we're doing the timing cover. Just a few 10mm bolts. So somewhat rookie mistake. It's been a long time since I've done this, so I forgot that the crank seal is right here just behind the little socket piece. So I didn't need to take this off, so just tighten the bolts back up, but that's okay. So now I'll just pop this out and slap the new one on quick, and then get this oil pan gasket changed out, which probably didn't even need to take off, but that gasket is bad, so that's definitely getting changed. Alright, old one out, grab the new one. And so I got the new seal. Just usually kind of slides right in, but just want to tap it in, you know, like side to side, just so you don't get it hung up anywhere. AD taught me this. Even if it's the right way to do it or the wrong way or whatever, I blame AD. So with the PCV valve, we also got a new one of those because it's a $4 replacement and it makes a pretty big difference. So this is the old one, doesn't make any rattling. This is the new one. That's what it's supposed to sound like. So if it doesn't make noise, that's clogged. It can give you all sorts of little annoying issues, especially with the vacuum, hence the positive crankcase ventilation. So yeah, never hurts to replace these. Get this done, then I'll start cleaning up the oil pan and get that new gasket on, and then we can run back to the store quick. Our parts just came in, go pick up the rear main seal, take the motor off the stand, and get that one switched out, and then the motor will be pretty much ready to go back. So if you guys don't already know, PCV valve just goes on these motors, goes into the top of the intake manifold here. There's a little grommet that goes to your black box, which is on the back of the block. If you're using a B20, for example, it just goes straight to the valve cover, which is much easier to access. But alright, I just got the call that my parts have arrived, so I'm gonna run down to O'Reilly's quick, and I will be right back. So I was mistaken, I already had the rear main seal, so they gave me the oil pan gasket and the wheel bearing. So got that. My brother is currently doing the oil pan gasket, getting the old one off because I'm pretty sure it's OEM because it is rock solid and will not scrape off, so he's having to grind it off. So I'm gonna try and do the rear main seal quick. I don't know if I can get it off, or at least back on the engine stand, but I can't really take the engine off right now without the oil pan on. But I'll mess with it. But other than that, the rear main seal and the oil pan gasket, and then the motor is pretty much good to go. Then we just need the distributor cap and some spark plugs, and to made it to the tranny. But we have to wait for the clutch for that. For the oil pan, he's cleaning it up right now. He got the gasket off, so he's just gonna wash it out, you know. So I'm putting the timing belt back together. I've already got it all set up at top dead center. I'm just putting this bolt on so that way I can crank it a few teeth over, you know, and tension it up. But making progress. With the motor timed up now, when you're doing that, if you guys don't already know, some of you may, some of you may not, obviously set everything at top dead center, but before you fully tighten your tensioner pulley down, you want to turn it counterclockwise, or the rotation of the motor 3 teeth, so that way you get proper belt tension, because whoever did the timing belt before me did not do that, so it was very loose. And but other than that, the motor, cranking it by hand, felt like it was building good compression, so that's a good sign. So I'm gonna throw the timing belt cover on now, get the pulley on, and then just finishing the oil pan right now, and we'll get this off the stand, get that rear main done, and then that'll be it. Alright, so I didn't film it, but I just got the oil pan gasket put on, and hopefully it doesn't leak. I've never done one successfully. It's my kryptonite is oil pan gaskets. But I also just got the rear main seal pushed in, so the motor is ready to be mated to the tranny. So, and like I said, we gotta wait for the clutch, so it won't be here till like Friday, you said? Friday. Yeah, so a couple more days and we can mate this. But right now I'm getting ready to go skate with an old Wisconsin friend, so I'm gonna hit up a few people, see if they want to tag along, meet me there, and if so, then we'll have a little sesh, and it'll be fun. It'll be a good time, because this is pretty pretty much all we can do for the motor today. Got all the seals and stuff done. Don't really feel like doing the wheel bearings right now. I'd rather just go skate. I can always do the wheel bearings tomorrow or something. So I decided to bring this into day 2, and let me just start this off by saying I tested the TPS again on the DA. I tried doing what Hunter Tune had suggested to me by setting the TPS to 1% and trying to like find that sweet spot or whatever, and right off the bat I just saw that it would go from 0%, and then it would, if I even just moved it just the slightest bit, it would jump up to 23%. So I'm pretty sure that the sensor is totally shot. So now I'm just trying to be patient and wait for my Hall effect sensor to be here. So in the meantime, the Civic needs some wheel bearings. Like I said, we got those yesterday. I just watched John Widmer's video, aka Garage Built Hondas, on YouTube. So he has a very detailed video, very helpful. So I'm gonna not make this like a how-to by any means. I'm just gonna whip through it, see if I can't do it. It's just like really cold out, so I'm gonna just kind of hop right into this, get this done up, so that way this weekend the motor's totally good to go in. Don't have to worry about nothing else suspension-wise other than in alignment. But it's cold. It's like 39 degrees out here, and I'm in the desert, so I mean that makes sense, right? So yeah, push this out, get some hubs off. For being the first time doing this is actually a lot easier than I thought. I used John Widmer's little trick of using the boards to smack the hub out with the. I used a 30mm socket just because it was a better size than the, or a better fit than the 24 he used in his video. But now I'm onto the bearing. I don't have a big enough socket, so I'm just using some decently big washers and a 27mm, I think, 32. So I don't know, we'll see if this works. If it does, and get this new one pressed in right away, because you can use the old bearing as like the same tool or whatever to press the new one in, since it's the same outer diameter. So that'll be easier, but I'll make it work. There we go. That works pretty good. So I'm gonna just take some sandpaper and clean this up a little bit and get the new one put in. I had to go to O'Reilly's and get the bearings swapped out because the ones they had given me before were actually too small. So with these new ones in, I already got the bearings started. I'm using the old bearing in this piece of steel to obviously like regulate pressure across both sides, and just giving it some beans, pressing it in. It's going pretty smoothly. Then just got to put the snap ring back in. And the bearing is good. So I'm gonna smack out the broken wheel side. I just went and picked up 2 more because each front hub has a bad stud. These are like $2 a piece at O'Reilly's. So I'm gonna just use a press that out quick, replace it. And then my brother's taking the other stud off, or the other knuckle off right now. I'll get that one pressed out, pressed in, and we will be good to go. And then this entire suspension on this car will be completely rebuilt, which is really sick. So I'm gonna be excited to actually spin around the block, especially after it gets aligned. It's gonna feel so good. New tires, new bushings, new ball joints, new tie rods, new bearings. It's gonna be nice. Alright, got both studs pressed in. Well, I mean, one on each one or whatever, but it's good to be put back in. And I accidentally notched the hub a little bit when I was using the cutoff wheel to get the outer part of the bearing ring out. So I don't think it'll make a difference, but I don't know, it should be okay. So I just put the hubs and stuff back onto the Civic. Got to push it out of the way, but in doing so, found that the Del Sol had pissed all over the ground and it's tranny fluid, so I gotta crawl under here and see what the hell happened. So I don't know if I just got Zosh's luck or if I got my luck now, so kind of bummed, but we'll try and figure it out at least. Hoping it's not an axle seal or something. If it is, it's not the end of the world. Those are easy to change out. Hopefully maybe just my drain plug came loose or something. So I don't know how well you guys can see that, but my tranny is cracked. So the Del Sol is down and out for the count. So starting 2019 year off pretty crappy. Pretty pissed about that. I don't even know what I hit or scraped on because it wasn't leaking when I went to O'Reilly's to go swap out the wheel bearings. So it had to have been something in the road, but didn't feel anything, didn't hear anything, so great. So if any of you guys got a B series hydraulic tranny that you want to donate so I can swap the B20 VTEC in here, that'd be very much appreciated. So I don't really know what else to do. I'm gonna try JB welding it for now, but I gotta figure out how to get to work tomorrow in the meantime, so I don't know. Kind of a crappy surprise. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do, honestly. I just JB welded the tranny. I'll see how that goes. The tranny's on its way out anyway. Ever since I put it in here, it's had issues. It's had basically fifth and reverse going out. It intermittently has it, intermittently doesn't. So I really don't want to try and fix the tranny as much. It just wouldn't be worth it to take it off, take it to work, and weld it and put it back in, because that's just a lot of unnecessary effort. And the tranny that I have for the Civic's supposed to be getting put together this weekend, so that way it can be on the road probably in a couple days, if not next weekend, after it gets tagged and registered and stuff. So I think I'm probably just gonna have to try and hit the junkyard this weekend, find a tranny, find some axles, and find probably go to Honda and try and get a B series Del Sol shift linkage. So hopefully you guys' new year has started off better than mine. I'm trying not to let this get me too down, just kind of more bummed, really hoping the rest of the year doesn't go like this, you know. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. At least the Civic got everything done, and it's gonna be running here hopefully shortly. But yeah, this kind of sucks. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hopefully you like it. Be sure to comment. Love talking to you guys in the comments, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'm gonna try and get this sorted out, and at least get one of my cars back on the road, hopefully by this weekend. So anyways guys, do what you love, forget about the rest, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.